What criminy Pete, for gosh darn sakes, it's beer time, eh? And although I've thrown on a Wisconsin accent, this is not a Wisconsin beer. This is an Illinois beer from Pipeworks Brewing Company. And this one, well, I am just in love with the can. Uh, Blood of the Unicorn Hoppy Red Ale. And well, first off, I'll show you the Blood of the Unicorn Hoppy Red Ale. But look at this can. Incredible. I love good can art. And this can is amazing. Uh, do we have an artist? Yes. Art by Jason Burke at Ink and Lead Designs. 6.5% alcohol by volume, and it's a recyclable can. Also, the government warning: if you're pregnant, you shouldn't be rollerblading while carrying swords and drinking. It's just not something you should do. So, we are going to once again use the fabulous Fez Meets Beer mug. Still a mystery, but someone will confess to it sooner or later. Let's crack this thing open. And as I said, I trimmed my nails earlier this week, so ouch. Ooh. That smells very hoppy. Will it be hops that I like? I don't know. Will it be too close to an IPA? Never can tell. So, I don't even know if those whispers come through. Never can tell. So, let's give it a pour and see what it's like. Oh, it's beautiful red. I like red beers. You know, I like beer. Pretty. So red it's almost brown. And a nice head. Let's give it a sniff in glass. Not as hoppy in the glass as it was from the can, probably because, you know, the whole of the can acts as a funnel. So everything that comes out is going right up my nose. As I said, not as strong of a hoppy smell as was in the can. So it's still there, but let's give it a try. That's a lot of hops, but it's also gone. I have to smack to get that flavor back. That was interesting. That's not a. I don't know what kind of hop they used in it. It doesn't really say the style of hop. I will say that I have to go back in and have a second sip of this. So it's a nice red ale, first off. Second, it's got a very distinct hop profile. And it's actually a tiny bit overbearing for me. But I'm not gonna turn this down. I'm not going to not finish the rest of it. But this is a one and done kind of beer for me. I definitely would not drink two or three of these in an evening. This is just too much flavor for me. Um, Speaking of that, though, the flavor is interesting and tasty. It's just a little bit too much for me. So I'm gonna go back in. It gets lighter with every sip. So I will finish this beer. If I saw this in the stores, I would definitely pick up a few of them for my IPA fans, my friends that love IPAs. It's Blood of the Unicorn, Hoppy Red Ale. Look at that violent unicorn on there. He's so angry. Anyway, if someone handed me one of these at a party, that would be an experience beer. My friends, we tend to like little experience beers. They're not necessarily ones that we're going to drink forever, but it's like, oh, let's check out what this is like, and we'll divide up a beer just so we could try it. Oftentimes, that ends up us fighting over who gets the leftovers in the can because one of us will particularly like it, and another one will decide to fight to the death over it. So, um, yeah, I would pick it up in the stores if I saw it again. I like Pipeworks stuff. They put a lot of thought into their brews, and obviously there's someone there in marketing that really knows good can art, baby. So, um, if you like what I did here today, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up down below and maybe subscribe. If you didn't like what I was doing, well, hey, leave a suggestion down in the comments section. You know, the more interaction there is, the better. So, um, I'm going to drink the rest of this. Then I'll probably go to band practice later. Someone will say, "What did I think of that beer?" And I'll go into details about the hops to them, and they'll all sort of glaze out because they like Miller. Nothing wrong with that. Anyway, I'm gonna see you guys next time. I've got a beer to share, and I can hardly wait.